Greetings everyone, my name is Jimel Calliste and I'm the president of the Wilkes-Barre NAACP, and we are here with yet another black owned business highlight. And we have here
Nathaniel Williams. How y'all doing?
And Nathaniel, how you doing, man? What's the name of the business?
The business name is Divine Hair Studios. It is located in Kingston, PA.
Okay, nice. All right, so my favorite question, where are you from?
All right, so where I'm from, I was born in Upper Darby, right out of the skirts of Philadelphia. However, I lived in multiple different states. I lived in 5 states. I went to 11 different schools. I went to 3 colleges. So I'm from a lot of places, to be honest.
Okay. So what were some of the states?
Florida, Virginia, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and I think in New York for a little bit.
Okay. We have some states in common. I was in Maryland for prep school. I played prep school basketball, and then I lived in Virginia for a little while, Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Nice. So it's always good, especially like when you get to travel and just see different areas. You get a real understanding of like America. I feel like when you get to get out of the city, you get to see different things for sure. So like the colleges, where were the colleges?
The colleges. Oh, okay. I remember the second one now. It's Bloomsburg University, Thomas Nelson, and Virginia State University.
VSU?
VSU all day.
Okay, a Trojan, all right. Okay, that's what's up. Yep. All right, so like, when did like barbering, when did that start for you? Like,
honestly, when I was in VSU.
Okay.
You know, that was the times when it was like, you know, you in college, you really don't have much money. So,
right.
One day I just decided to go to Sally's, bought myself a pair of clippers, and I started lining myself up. Then all my friends, they started like how I'm doing it. So before we went out, they always asked me to line them up. Now I ain't take it seriously at the time, but it was just something I just enjoyed doing. So yeah.
Right. Okay, damn. So that's always dope. I think everybody has that story like, you know what, I'm gonna just try to figure this joint out myself. Do you have any like early stories where you were like zeking yourself and you was always pretty, you knew?
Now for me, I didn't zeke myself so much because it took me like 3 hours just to cut my hair. I took so long, but I did zeke a few friends. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I got too comfortable and I zeked some of them. So yeah, so they're happy to see how far I came.
Right. The growing pains for sure, man. Right. You got to go through those. So like, okay, so we're at VSU, and then when did you start to take it seriously? Because obviously you're doing friends, they starting to believe in you, and like, you know what, they're sitting down, they're coming to you for their haircuts. So when did you take it to like, all right, I'm gonna really take this to the next level?
Well, after I graduated my accounting degree, and so I was in accounting for 5 to 6 years, and I realized that accounting, just the environment, it just wasn't for me. I'm so much of a people person.
Right.
I like to talk to people. I don't need to be in no cubicle stuck just looking at numbers, even though I love numbers.
Right.
So I don't know, something happened in me that says, you know what, I can't keep living like this.
Right.
This 9 to 5 is cool, but it's just not for me.
Right.
So I started to change how I looked at financial freedom. So me and my wife, we kind of decided to be like, hey, you know, I want to, you know, continue to be financially free, and I think this route can get me there. I'm a numbers person, so I calculate how much money really can make. Right. And I'm like, you know what, I can honestly double my income. And honestly, the first year, I almost doubled my income.
Wow.
So that being said, it was like something I know that it was like, I know it can work. I just needed the support,
right,
which I had. So that's when I knew. And I was around, I mean, not to, you know, tell my age, I probably won't believe me, but I was 30 years old when I made that decision.
30?
30.
I'm 30 now. So yeah, no, I definitely
I'm late
understand.
in the game. I'm late in the game, but I did it.
No, and you're doing well. Absolutely. And I'm just being completely transparent with you. And so I feel like I love to highlight just the jewels that are dropped. And one of the things that I think you just said that's so important for entrepreneurs is, you know, assessing the risk, knowing the numbers, knowing what you're getting into. And you brought up a good point. You said you calculated it. You know, do you think your background as an accountant was like helpful in how you move forward, especially with the work you're doing now? Like, does that help with how you're scaling and how you're thinking about making taking things to the next level? Because that was such a dope thing to just even say. It's like, you know, you actually sat down and, you know what, let me make sure this makes sense before I jump into it.
Yeah, I mean, at this time, let's be, you know, 100. I had a wife at this time,
right.
I had to come with like, look, this is how it's going to look.
Right, because you are leaving something stable, right?
So I think that accounting definitely did help me out. But I am faith-based, you know what I mean? So definitely God has told me to go, so I went. But he always gives you sound wisdom and how to go about a thing, and that's what he did. So I definitely feel like it's very important for anybody that feels like you're going to be in a better position, working harder for yourself than somebody else. If that is you, I think people should do that. I mean, it's scary, of course, but the 9 to 5 is scary. You can get let go, and then what?
No, that's a fact. And I think COVID too, it opened a lot of people's eyes to this is a possibility. You can very much be at home trying to figure things out, and now there's no steady income coming in. And so one of the things that I started to see, well, I think in like the young generation, is I started to see a lot of young folks start to pick up barbering, start to pick up like cosmetics. They start, young ladies doing eyelashes, some doing braids, some doing nails, or whatever, what may have you. So I feel like the industry, if that is all considered the same industry, I think the industry started to get this buzz around it that, like, for even me, like, I started seeing wireless clippers and all this stuff I never saw on my timeline before. So for you, like, how did you take advantage of like that, like, I guess momentum of like just like people just being interested in just locking in online, and how did that help your business?
Well, I honestly think that COVID helped. And the reason why I said it is because they're trying to say that we are non-essential workers, but I think that everybody realized that getting your haircut is an essential.
Is a need.
It's a need. And to be honest, a lot of people at home were buying a lot of clippers. You could not go to Sally's and buy a clipper. They were all sold out. So what I did was, okay, well, if they're buying all these clippers, how about I teach them how to cut their hair? So I started doing it on YouTube. So I have like, here's all the stuff that you're going to need. This might help you, whatever like that. So I think just doing that, it definitely helped me elevate to where I'm at now, and what like trying to figure out what is the need that is out there for the beauty industry.
Right. No, because you hit it on the nose. I think that's something you added that piece, and then that like amplified like your reach in my like, because I feel like I don't remember how I came across you the first time, but it was like, I saw one of the videos. I think it was like a short or a reel or something like that. And I was like, oh shoot, there's a barber in the area, what the hell? And it looked dope. Your setup, everything, I think your attention to detail. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but it's dope. Everything that I'm seeing when I wrote you, I mean, just the whirlwind of things are just like, but I was definitely trying to come in, you know what I'm saying?
Like, wow. 2 years ago.
Right, 2 years ago, exactly. So I've been watching, and it's, the formula that you've used definitely has its reach, and it's touched, I'm sure, a lot of people in the valley. So let's get into like where you're at, how like the location that you're at now, because we talked about you utilizing that social media space, and how you even made that decision, which I think a lot of entrepreneurs can take as well, is you saw the need and you filled it.
Yeah.
You know, jumping into an industry, you might think, okay, it's just going to be singular. Okay, I might just be cut here. But you were like, you know what? No, I see that I'm going to Sally's, that there's not a lot of clippers in here. Let me jump on YouTube and kind of tap into this community, let them see what I have going on. Because again, unfortunately, I feel like it was like a trend. And now it's kind of on the back end of it, like people aren't as serious as they were during the pandemic, but those actual barbers that do have the knowledge like yourself were able to capitalize. So now, outside of that, what did you do? Because we talked off camera, but I think this is pretty dope for people to hear as well, is like the building and
so how I wanted to really do the whole barbershop was that I've always wanted to own I didn't want to just rent out, lease out, whatever like that, and just say, hey, come to this barbershop, da 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 da.
Right.
I really wanted to be an owner of the whole entire thing.
Right.
So, and my wife, she probably thought I was crazy at the time because I'm a person that doesn't take no for an answer. I gotta find a yes somewhere.
Right.
So, as we were looking to find a new place, from the recent place that we were at, I've always just looked at places that was just by itself, separated. And we seen a few leases. Now there was one that I was like, yo, if we had to, we can rock this because this is nice.
Right.
But that was like that we didn't jump into that.
Right.
So we already had the mindset of we know we need to own. And honestly, if you really look at it, it's actually cheaper to own than to lease, especially nowadays.
Right.
So
absolutely.
That's what we got into the real estate part of things. Just like how McDonald's, they didn't really, they was always about food, but McDonald's truly got into the real estate and got into the land. So that's the motto.
I think that the number one way to build wealth, it might be real estate. I believe they say so.
Yeah.
I think that
you can't replace land.
Right. No, absolutely not. And so that was so strategic. And now, so how is your setup? And so how does that work now for you? Are you able to have you transform the basement? How does it look? Give me a.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to give it to you by words, but you definitely gotta see it for yourself.
Okay.
It is one of those type of situations. And like I said, we will be having a video coming out soon. About how we got the building, what it looked like before, and what it looks like now. Right. But it's really, honestly, it's Black excellence.
I like that.
And the reason why I said it is because we have it real nice, real clean, and it's Black owned, and this is how we can do business, and we do it the right way. And the expectation of service
can be high, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I love that. We had the opportunity to sit with this young lady who has a hair salon in Scranton.
Okay.
And she spoke of the same thing, just Black excellence, just that experience. And I feel like that's what we want, as we are highlighting and shining a light on these Black-owned businesses. It's about, how we uphold each other and how we challenge each other to be great. And I think that's something that, like you said, just to be transparent, there's no reason for Black businesses to look in any negative kind of, any way that they expect it to be when, this is the community we live in expects nothing but the worst. So when they can walk in and see ooh, okay, this is good. Exactly. This is the experience.
This is what we do.
Right. And that's what I love about that as well. It's because it's needed, and there's a shift that is happening in this area, and people need to see the excellence from our community as well.
Facts, they do.
So what made you come out to this specific area?
Whew. That's simple. My wife.
Okay. Is she from this area?
She is from this area.
Okay, nice.
I used to live here when I was younger too, but I moved.
Okay.
Like I said,
right. You was all over, right?
But she's from this area, and I was living in Virginia at this time, and I was trying to get a CPA job in Charlotte.
Okay,
I was about to leave Virginia to go to Charlotte.
Right.
And she gonna ask me, did you consider Wilkes-Barre? And I'm like, no. Why would I? We're talking about Charlotte and Wilkes-Barre.
It's apples and oranges.
You know what I mean? However, I'm up here, so.
No, you're making it work. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely making it work.
We love that she stole you from Charlotte for us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No. And so what do you see the possibilities for just the community out here? I love what you're doing for yourself. We spoke a little bit about the giving back and stuff like that. So what are some things that you can see being done for the community through the shop?
Unity. I think that I feel like that can be a core place, a place where a lot of unity can come together. A lot of us can really work on things. Like I said, there's no competitive bone truly in my body. Right. I love to work with anybody. I don't care if you're the barber down the street, whatever like that. We can do a class. We can just do stuff together for the community and help. But I think that to me, this coming together and really figuring out what to do to help everybody else out here, letting them know this is possible, and you can make it and you can thrive, I think that's where we need to start.
Absolutely. So definitely, I think people can definitely look out for some collaborative events from the both of us for the community, and I think that definitely is going to be some. I'm excited for what we can do and for what you're going to be able to do, especially now that you have yourself established, and we're hoping that through this we can open a new network for you and a whole new group of colleagues, and we'll be able to capitalize on that for sure. So if you don't mind, tell them again where you're at, and we'll drop that link.
Okay. Divine Hair Studios is in Kingston, PA. It's 62 Pierce Street. If you know where Goldstein's is, it's literally right across the street. You cannot miss us. Okay? So I appreciate y'all for just supporting us and following everything that this young man is doing. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.